So you want free over-the-air TV. I recommend buying an antenna from Antennas Direct. Multi-directional or directional. I recommend multi-directional if you are downtown in a concrete jungle, because the wavelengths are bouncing off of the buildings at different angles, because the different channels are on different frequencies with different wavelengths, and they also bounce off the buildings differently depending on the time of day. So the multi-directional takes a wide sweep to get in its signal, and you won't be moving it all the time. The directional antenna is good if you are miles away on the flat plains and you point your directional antenna directly at the broadcast tower and you never move it. The setup. I have my antenna on a glorified coat rack. They come with an attachment on the back to attach it to a pole, so this works perfectly. This way I can move it around and make minute adjustments for the different channels and depending on the time of day when the signal actually moves. UHF or VHF. My signals are UHF, which are the circular antennas, and VHF are the line antennas. I don't get any signals with that. On the back is a reflector. This is a cage. It simulates a complete piece of metal. If you don't have one of these, you can make a reflector with cardboard and aluminum foil. It stops the back wavelengths from coming in and re-hitting your antenna. Because when you're getting signal from the window and then when you're getting back signal bouncing off the concrete in your apartment, you could get constructive or destructive interference. And the reflector eliminates those back wavelengths. Signals go through glass, they go through wood, they go through your vilon. But what they don't go through is concrete or metal. So now you want to attach an RG6 coaxial cable to the back of your antenna. This is 25 feet, and I don't experience diminishing of signal. But what's happening is your signal is coming in pure and unadulterated through the air, hitting your antenna. There's no powering. And what you want to do is put a booster here before a long cable run, more than 25 feet. The signal goes all the way through to your TV and you won't experience diminishing of signal. I have my boosters after the cable run. They're cheap and inline and it does the job. And the reason I have that is because to put my boosters up here before the cable run, which is where you should put them, I would need several attachments. And attachments also decrease your signal. So what you need to do now is go into your settings. So here I press home and then go into settings, preferences, okay, and down to channel. Make sure your signal type is antenna and not cable, even though the signal is coming in through a cable through the back of your TV. Now you're going to press auto program and it's going to find all the channels for you. You may want to do this periodically as you're moving your antenna around and you figure out how this works better, or you can just add digital channels to see if it finds anything new from time to time. So I'll show you how this works by adding digital channels, and it's going to search for the channels. This would populate your channels as well. So now let's go back into home, get the settings. Here it's under customer support and go into signal diagnostics. So on this we get the channel, the signal strength, the frequency, and the signal to noise ratio. The important thing to get a picture is the signal to noise ratio. Anything less than 12 and you just won't get a picture. Your cheaper boosters will boost your signal strength significantly, but your signal to noise ratio very little. To show you the channels that I actually have, I get some Canadian channels, I get some American channels, some more Canadian channels, and I've also hidden a lot of channels that were irritating to me. So now you go to the website tvfool.com, input your address or coordinates, and you find out where all the broadcast stations are and all the channels that they give you. So in downtown Vancouver, I have a Canadian line up here to the right, and I also have an American line down here to the right. And it's 43 miles away. I get something out in Abbotsford and something out here to the left as well. Below it, you can find the exact channels that it gives you. On another page of tvfool.com, here's the Canadian line, and here's the American line. And there are other channels that I can get from other stations as well, and for some reason I don't get them. But I can keep looking, and I can keep trying to get them with different configurations and stronger antennas. So it'll tell you the coordinates of these stations, whether they're line of sight, the distance they are away, their broadcast strength, what they're called, so you know exactly what these channels are. You can also see whether they are VHF or UHF, and my channels are UHF, which is the circular antenna.